Hey guys, what's up? Yep, so we're trying to fix something here. Uh, yeah, so we'll have to launch the game to get this to work properly. So, what? Oh my gosh, the overlay can't even come over it? Are you kidding? Okay, this is awkward. So, yeah, this is kind of weird. We're playing Disturbed. So I already recorded the first 45 minutes of the game, and luckily, half an hour of that footage had sound. The first 15 minutes didn't. So now what I have to do is replay the first 15 minutes after I've always played like the last half hour. So I haven't finished the game, so I don't know how the game like ends or anything. But I do have to restart the first part. I'm just gonna read it because I didn't want to do another voice overlay. It just was pretty bad the last time I tried to do that. So I'm just going to play the game, the first 15 minutes of it. And I can't really spoil anything because I don't know how any of this ties together yet. So I'm just gonna play, and I'm honestly just gonna rush through it because a lot of the things in this game just get you killed. They're not very interesting, and they're just kind of dead ends. So I'm just gonna go where I know you need to go and avoid the things I know just get you killed. So if you want a full playthrough, don't look at my thing. I already died all those ways, those boring ways, and I don't really want to do it again. Another dull day passes as you struggle to manage your failing farm. Your crops are beginning to wilt and your cow is sick. For some time the land has been very quiet. The air has grown thick and foul. Each passing day you feel more uncertain if things will ever return to how they were before. Perhaps it is up to you. You've made up your mind. You're going to do something about it. You stand in front of your humble home, pondering what you should do next. Okay, and just brief thing. In the house, some journals. Basically, you're fine, and then you stopped being fine, and a blight spread it and killed your crops and stuff. You're locked out of the shed. Yeah, there's really nothing in the house. So what you're supposed to do is go to the crops. Your cow is like dying, and there's some stuff in her water. It's like dirt, is all he describes it as, or like some black stuff. There's literally nothing you can do in there. So we're gonna keep following the path. You continue down the trail for a while until you see a cave in the distance. You pause, questioning if there could be something helpful in there. The answer to that is no. There's a bear, and it kills you. So we're gonna continue down the path. You come to a stop as you stumble across a broken wagon, and we want to inspect the wagon. Find bits of food and clothes scattered about the screen. Oh my gosh, the scene. You notice a key on the ground during your search. I can't talk. I'm trying to rush too much. I'll slow down a little bit. During your search, you pick up the key and continue on your way. After what feels like an hour or two, you reach a bridge. Nearby the path is a small shack, similar to the house you have on the farm. The man that lives there is a kind fellow, from what you recall. Maybe he is home? So we're going to inspect the shack. You walk toward the structure and knock on the door. You scratch the back of your head, figuring that the person that lives there is currently occupied, if not elsewhere. You remember picking up a key from the wagon and you use it on the door. The door unlocks. You decide to help yourself in. This is pretty much home invasion, but whatever. Observing the empty room, you realize something terrible must have taken place here. The room is a wreck, just like the wagon. You're overcome with fear as you think of the man that used to dwell here. Um, I don't really want to read the diary, but I'll just read it real quick. You pick up the book and start to flip through the pages. I'm just going to spam enter, so if anyone wants to pause, you can read it. Okay, there's nothing super useful in there, but if you want to read it. There's no reason to go in the trapdoor. You can unlock it with the key you have. There's a woman chained up down there. If you talk to her, she basically kills you. She says she's doing you a favor. So there's no point to go down there. You can look at her without dying, but literally all you do is see her, so there's really no reason to go down there. You cross the bridge safely and continue down the trail. After all this happened, you feel you should take a moment to rest. You find a spot under a tree to sit down. Getting comfortable, you tilt your head back against the tree and gaze into the sky. You need to take a nap here, because if you pick at the grass, you'll get killed by a tree or some shit. You get killed by everything in this game. Your eyes close and your body relaxes. You fall asleep within seconds. As your mind wanders, you see a blurry image. And it's worth noting that I think that's what you see if the lady kills you or something. I can't remember. I think you see it again in the second video too. It's kind of a recurring image though, sort of. Details emerge as you gaze. No, you wonder who this might be. Bad feeling then overcomes you, and you realize who this is. You try to wake yourself up. I don't know if it's you or who, but you wake up and jump to your feet, looking about yourself and your surroundings. All seems well. You can't help but feel fearful that something bad will happen to you if you stay here. Moving forward seems like the only logical option now. You reach a point where the trail splits into two paths. Which way should you go? So I'm going to go left because there's some interesting stuff there, but there's not much you can actually do. After continuing down the path for some time, you come to a stop. You notice that there is some sort of trail that leads through the grass up toward a nearby hill. If you had not stopped, you probably would have never noticed. Which way do you go? So continuing down the path basically leads you to a city that's overcome by the blight, and if you try to go into it, you die. So there's literally no point going down that way. You can't do anything. It's not very interesting. So you follow the trail in the grass. There's a thing here. Following the subtle trail in the grass, you stumble upon what looks like a grave. If you touch the grave, a specter comes out, and he tells you he's cursed there. You know, we'll just inspect the grave. Actually, it's easier that way. You approach the grave. You look at the sword with intrigue. Before you can touch the sword, a ghostly figure appears before you. You freeze before the apparition. The sword, may I have it? The blade is cursed. I'm bound here by the pain of my past. If you desire the sword, free me from it. You slowly motion for the sword. Fool! Only something of pure essence can free me. A rare hope, like a flower found in dark... I'm glad I replayed this, because I just, like, made a connection to later in the game. There's a flower that you find down in, this shaft, like mine shaft type thing. And it's a flower in the darkness, and there's like a shaft of light shining onto it, and it says it's like really hopeful for you. And it's literally a flower found in the darkness, and there's like light shining onto it. So I'm guessing we have to bring the flower to him or something to get this sword. So I'm actually glad I did that again, because that just reminded me that that might have a connection there. Like a fire found in darkness. So if you grab the sword, you die. So back away from the sword. The figure fades out of view. So we continue on. There's a lake nearby. There's no point in going in there. There's a monster fish, and it kills you. There's a thing at the bottom. I think it's like the lure for the fish. Or maybe it's actually something of importance, but it's just like a shining orb. It's not very interesting. Continue along the trail. Hi guys, I accidentally recorded a part of the game that I already recorded previously, so that kind of screwed me up, and I didn't make a proper outro. So yeah, basically now we're transitioning to a previously recorded part of the video from a while back that had proper audio. Thanks. Bye. Hi guys, we're back. So I just got back to the point where I was. I didn't inspect the grave or the lake. I don't think that would have any repercussions, but you know, since they were both pretty much dead ends, there was no point in doing either of them. Hold on, there's a problem with my ear. Just a second. I don't feel like stopping recording again. Just a sec. Headphones can be super uncomfortable with glasses. Okay. The faint trail comes to an end. There's a collection of stone pillars down the hill. Beyond the hill is a large field of grass. Explore the field, inspect the stone pillars, and go back. Inspect the stone pillars. I don't think stone pillars can hurt us. You stand before the large stones, arranged in the shape of a circle. In the center is a stone that appears to be some sort... In the center is a stone with what appears to be some sort of slot or hole. No doubt about it, something is meant to be placed here. Ooh, maybe the sword? Seeing that you can't do anything, you head back. Well, maybe the sword is supposed to go there. Could we... Let's go back to the grave. Let's try taking the sword. I did save at the diverging paths if we want to mess with that. Inspect the grave. No, we're just going to ignore this guy and take the sword. How about that? Grab the sword. What? Well, that's great. Kind of should have expected that. Let's just continue on then. Let's not mess with the grave. Spam enter. Continue along the trail. Okay, so I guess that's not what goes in there, and if it does, there's some other way we have to get it. Explore the field. You find yourself... Was there something else to do there? No, I don't think there was. With the stones. You find yourself gazing over a grass field, with hills rolling off into the distance. Oh, it's a unicorn! As if a trick upon your eyes, you see a unicorn run across the field. It disappears out of sight before you can do anything. It's probably gonna, like, impale us or something, so let's just quick save. Surely the unique powers of a unicorn can help you with the quest, but there's clearly something wrong. If only there was a way to charm it. The faint trail comes to an end. There's a collection of stone pillars. There's nothing, so we need something to maybe help. I mean, get the unicorn to like us. I see. Go back to the grave, yeah? Go back. Continue down the path. You walk for some time to find an endless field of grass. Okay, we're gonna save here. Return. You walk for some time to find an endless field of grass. There's a stone well near the path. Inspect the well. Hopefully don't get, like, pulled down into it. You peer down the well. Other than the evident water at the bottom, there's a coin resting against the wall of the well. If possible, you feel you should go down and take the coin. Oh, that's not actually what I meant to do. No, I meant to grab the coin. You lean over the edge of the wall. There's no possible way you can obtain the coin by reaching for it. With this in mind, you turn and climb down the inner wall of the well. We're gonna die here. You take a few successful steps down, but your luck runs out. You misplace your foot and you fall, tumbling down. Your body clashes against the stone walls. With a single knock on the head, you lose all consciousness of your accident. With a splash, you fall into the water. Your body sinks effortlessly, and you drown without realizing it. Your adventure ends here. Ooh, shiny. Well, I don't know. He said he needed it or something. Maybe we have to get like a stick or something to pull it out. No. Don't overwrite. Load. Yep. Okay, not messing with the thing. Continue on. I just got a text or something. Hold on. Walking over hills of grass and grain, Liam checks his phone and realizes that for some reason the battery's draining rapidly. And then he realizes he left an app open that is known to drain battery. And then he fixes that problem. Good job, Liam. Okay. Walking over hills of grass and grain, you reach the walls of Aramor. Oh, that's where we're going. We're going for the city anyways, so that's good. Several times a year, you come here to trade goods from the farm. I'm sorry, I have something in my throat, but I see those black mushrooms, like the stuff that took over the cow. Jeez. You discover the plague that has spread to your farm is also spread all the way out here. The path before you is overrun with blight. I doubt continuing could do anything bad. I mean, could do anything good for us, but might as well. You've come a long way and you don't desire to turn back now. You march forwards into the tainted soil. Before you can realize what happened, you sink completely under the ill soil. Darkness consumes you and your lungs struggle for air. Your body burns in pain as you suffocate and die. Your adventure ends here. It was all for nothing. Well, I guess we go right then, don't we? I don't know, like, if I should just go back to the path part and go right. Because I didn't actually do anything, did I? We're just gonna do that. We're gonna go right. Reach into the pathway. In the distance is a tower looking over the area. A gate secures passage. A gate secures... I'm guessing there's a word missing there. A gate secures a passage to the area with a wall around the property. Also of interest, there's a tree that has a hole carved into it. Inspect the tree. Let's hope the tree doesn't kill us. You approach the tree and notice the hole is big enough to fit your hand in. Oh boy, this could not go wrong in any way, shape, or form. Look and see something shiny. Oh, this hasn't gotten us killed either. See something shiny in the hole as if it were metal. Feeling around with your hand, you find 3 knobs, one on the right, one centered in the middle, and one on the left. Press the knobs. Oh gosh. Save. Left knob. Middle knob. Right knob. I mean, we could just guess. There's only a few combinations it could be, but we might be here for a while. Well, I'm just gonna spam this for a little bit. But there's probably some reason, like, way to do this. Middle, left, right. Okay, let's try one more. Middle, right, left. Okay, well, that's useless. There must be some note we find or something that tells us. You reach the end of the pathway. In the distance is a tower looking over the area. A gate secures the passage there. Oh, I already read this. Go to the gate. You approach the gate cautiously. Enter or go back. I don't know. There's no other way to go. You standing above the tower, your heart begins to sink. This is no doubt the birthplace of the spreading plague. Wow, it was pretty close to your area. There is a fountain before you with statues on the left and right, or right and left, if I could read. Oh wow, there's a lot of options here, so we're gonna save. I'm saving a lot, but I think it'll be okay since there's like 7 slots with like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's like 70 saves. Enter the tower, inspect the fountain, inspect the statue on the left, inspect you. So if there's a statue on the left, right, and middle, that might have something to do with the code. I feel like we're gonna get pulled into the fountain if we inspect it, but whatever. There's a dark haze about the fountain. The water's black and smell burns, and the smell burns with every breath. Feel a slight pull towards the fountain as if we're calling for something. Oh, okay, you're probably gonna die here, buddy. That's all it is. Okay, inspect the statue on the left. He looks pretty cool. You see an old statue of an angel that has been consumed by vines of thorn. The angel is holding a book in one hand, the other with one finger pointed up towards the sky. You feel it best to leave the statue alone. Probably. Before you stands an old angel statue that is broken in many areas. With one hand, the angel is holding some sort of bowl. While the other hand is hovering above the bowl. You notice that there's only 2 remaining fingers on the angel's other hand. This probably has to do something with like the code for the book. I mean the tree. How did I get book out of tree? Remaining fingers on the angel's other hand. You feel you should keep your distance to just observe the statue. Okay, time to enter the tower, I guess. Approach the door. As you reach the doorknob, an invisible barrier stops you. Must be some sort of magic. Okay, let's inspect the statues again. And see if we can come with any clues. So he has 1 finger. Oh, you know, bro. I forgot, but you might have to press the buttons a certain number of times. So in that case, there's a lot of combinations, and that's maybe what the 1 and the 2 fingers mean. Jeez. I'm like dying. I'm sorry. This is probably really irritating to listen to, but I have a cold, and there's not much I can do about it. Like, my throat tickles. Get a drink. You know what? I'm going to get a sip of water. Just a second. Okay. So he's on the left. He has 1 finger. And he has a bowl, which I don't think is really relevant to any of this. 2 remaining fingers. And then there's 1 thing in the middle, so maybe 1, 1, 2, 2. Like 1 left, 1 middle, 2 on the right. I don't know. Let's try the tree. The tree would probably like allow us to open the barrier or something. Inspect the tree. Press the knobs. Okay, we're gonna do a 1 on the left, 1 on the middle, 1 on the right. Oh, you can only do 1. You can only do 1 on each. So there's 1 on the left pointing up towards the sky, right? And there's 1. I should have saved there. Oh wait, didn't I save actually? Yeah, I saved at the fountain. No, oh my gosh. That is almost bad. Yeah, okay. I just need to see. There's an old statue that's been consumed by vines of thorn. The angel is holding a book in one hand, the other with 1 finger pointed up towards the sky. This might be completely irrelevant, but I don't know where else to look for clues, because we basically explored everything on the left path, and there was like nothing there. We can't do anything with the unicorn, or with the stones, or with the grave, or with the city. I don't know if going back would be useful, because we didn't find a key to our shed. We could have laid in our bed, but we probably would have died or something. I'm just thinking, but I don't know what else they could do. The statue of an angel has been consumed by vines of thorn. The angel is holding a book in one hand, the other with 1 finger. I don't know how long this game is, but most of the people seem to say it's like an hour and a half, an hour. So there's probably even a few parts, but just 1 finger pointed up to the sky. So, I mean, it's on the left. As a book. It has a finger pointed up towards the sky. Inspect the fountain. A pool towards the fountain. That's all it has to say about it. Old statue with it's broken many areas. With 1 hand, the angel is holding some sort of bowl, while the other hand is hovering above the bowl. You notice there's only 2 remaining fingers on the angel's other hand. Well, I have absolutely no idea. And we can't enter the tower. So if we can only do 1, there can't be we just have to maybe spam it. I don't know. not spam it, but just mess with the combinations. Oh, I think maybe you can do them multiple times. You can just only press things once. Middle, right, right. Oh, it was that. You hear the rumbling of rocks as the ground starts to shift underneath you. Actually, we don't need to save right now. There's no options yet. Everything goes dark and you sink below the surface. The hole above you seals up, trapping you underground. Find yourself with no evident way out, but the path before you into the darkness. Your only choice is to move forward. You see 3 separate paths within the walls of the cavern. Which path do you choose? We're going to save. All I'm thinking is that, the tower and stuff is to the left, so let's just start by going left. You cautiously make your way through the darkness. You come to a split in the... Oh my goodness gracious. Well, we can overwrite this save since it was I don't think there's anything useful going on there. Then we can go to the next page if we have to. That looks like it could collapse. I don't know. I'm just thinking that. So let's just keep going left. You move forward into the darkness. Did this repeat? Okay, let's go left and then go right. Oh, that makes sense. If we go left and go left again, it might loop back or something. You struggle forward as the way before you becomes completely dark. You notice that there's light off in the distance and you continue to make your way forward. I'm dying. The blight is spread to me, my friends. Eventually you make it into some sort of concrete room. Turning around, I need to check the time. I'm getting really distracted by multiple things right now. 3:58, so I've been recording this for like half an hour. Turning around, you see a hole in the wall where you came from. Your guess is that it wasn't part of the initial design. Probably not. You turn around to see a door. There being little to nothing in the room, you decide to move on through the doorway. You find yourself in what looks like a basement. You turn about to discover that in each direction there's a door. Boxes of supplies and debris litter the floor and corners of the room. You notice that there are several markings on the doors and floor, some of which scare you. You got a bad feeling about this place. Probably gonna die. Okay. Gonna go to the next save system page. Let's inspect the supplies first. I don't think that could hurt us, but probably gonna be wrong. You walk about the room, browsing through the dust-covered storage. You find some rope in one of the boxes. It feels strong to touch and has minimal wear. You decide to take the rope. Probably a smart idea. I don't think we should go back, because this seems like probably a useful thing. So let's just override that save, since all we did was get some rope. I don't think that's going to have any significant thing, but we might as well keep it. Enter the left door. The middle door looks like it's collapsing. The right door has markings on it. So I don't have anything particularly with the left door thing, but no, I don't want to quit. What am I doing? Right looks bad. Middle looks screwed up, so we're going to just keep going left. Enter a small room with a large hole in the wall. There are other objects in the room. None of them interest you. Continue on. This is the exact same sketch. That's kind of disorienting. But it's not the same room, apparently. Move forward in the darkness. Are you kidding me? Okay, well... No... Okay, so that was the exact same room. You should have mentioned that it's the same room. Enter the middle door. You enter a room full of metal cages. Before you is a hallway marked with questionable markings. You don't like the feeling you have about this place. Whatever was in these cages surely did not like to be locked up. What is in that? Is that a baby in that cage? You notice that there's an animal in the cage on the left side of the room. From the dark stains on its fur, it's dead. Okay, it's not a baby. You cautiously walk down the hallway, entering a room with 2 cell doors. Ah, it's a big hound. Bork, bork. Muddy, that doesn't look like a hound to me. The beast doesn't look very vicious, but one wrong move can surely be the end of you. Realizing that you're not prepared for a moment like this, you slowly back toward the other room. To your dismay, the dog follows your every movement. Before you can do anything, the dog leaps forward at you. You don't survive long and die a painful death. Your adventure ends here. Well, it said it didn't look vicious. That was obviously a lie. Okay, we're going to enter the right door. You enter a small room. There's a large cauldron in the center of the room with wood resting beneath. There's nothing on the shelves, as if someone cleaned this place out. You look into the pop-up, find nothing in it. With nothing else to see, you exit the room. Oh, what the heck? So this whole area was basically pointless unless you count the rope. So we're going to go left, because that just loops around. Continue on. I mean, I'm imagining this is a loop. We're gonna save in case it's not. Path you choose. This time let's go forwards. You cautiously step forward in the darkness. You come to a divide. Which way do you go? A lot of saving going on here. Let's go left. It appears that left is just the way to go so far. Not democratically, but just left in this game so far. Hasn't hurt us necessarily. You hear a subtle echo. A subtle echo of shifting rocks before you. That's probably a bad sign. An eye appears before you as its gaze pierces the darkness. Before you can do anything, tentacles burst from the ground and grip your body. It pulls you about, but you resist as much as you can. Not sure what you can do, you continue to resist until you can think of something. Your body begins to grow weak as your strength burns away. You suddenly feel yourself being pulled to the ground. You're dragged about like a rag doll. It's not long before the creature devours your body, leaving nothing behind. Your adventure ends here. Got roped by a roper. Well, I didn't have an option to do anything with a rope, but I don't even know what we could have done with it. So, that happened. I'm imagining it would happen if we went left or right, so let's, I don't think going forward is the option that we need to go. Let's go right. Passageway divides before you. Which way do you go? We're going to overwrite the save, because that was a waste of time that way. Which way do you go? Left. Sure. Walk forward in the dark, unsure of what lies beyond. Two paths you may go. Which do you choose? Oh my goodness gracious. Left. Sure. Move forward in the darkness. Oh my god. Okay. Go right. Go left. Go right. As you make your way forward, you discover a large cavern. An old-looking ship rests against the edge of the lake with debris scattered about the surrounding area. So that means you're connected to like an ocean or something, or lake, or sea. Inspect the ship or go back. You cautiously walk towards the ship. The air is chilling and you fear it won't be a good idea to stay too long. A possibility of discovering something that can help you drives you to explore. Climb aboard the ship. I can't stop coughing. As you take a moment to observe your surroundings, you are only welcomed by a trickle of water brushing against the wood of the ship. By the trickle of water brushing against the wood of the ship. Move about, see where you can go. Every footstep you take feels heavy as you hear the sound of wood cracking under your feet. Feel the ship has been here for quite some time. It looks that way, buddy. You explore under the deck of the ship. Nothing but the sound of your footsteps bounce about the structure of the ship. From one room to another, you discover a kitchen. From one room to another, you come to discover a kitchen. Although there is nothing unique about it, you feel you should take a moment to inspect it. Inspect the drawers. You pull one out after another, finding that they have been emptied. Dust spreads about the air as you disturb their rest. Checking underneath, Why am I reading like this? Checking underneath, you find this rusty knife resting on the floor. You find that there are plenty of hardened rat droppings dotting the edge of the wall. Fantastic. Jeez. You take the knife in hopes that you may defend yourself with it. Inspect the oven. You see a lone pot resting upon a dusty stovetop. You gaze downward and open the oven door. Nothing but ash fill the oven chamber. You close the oven door. What is the point to inspecting the oven again? Move on. You continue your lonely tour of the ship, only to find that there is nothing of use or value. Make your way back to the deck and decide to continue your search. Again, you find nothing but empty rooms left to remain in dark solitude. You discover a door with fancy markings about the woodwork. Perhaps this is where the captain resided. You discover the room of the captain. Unlike the other parts of the ship, everything seems to have been left alone in the room. Before you rests an old wooden desk with papers and assumed belonging. I need to slow down because I cannot talk. And assumed belongings of the captain. There is a small bed off near the corner of the room and some chairs in the other. You have a feeling deep down that you shouldn't take anything. Other than the lamp and other objects, there's a small stack of papers in contrast to a lone paper resting by itself. Approaching the desk, you begin to inspect the papers resting on the desk. Lone document, probably. Notice to the crew. Due to our unexpected predicament, everyone is being split up into groups of 2 and 3. Scouting assignments will be given until we find a more habitable place to settle. For now, we must do what we can. Stack of papers. Peering about the pages of the collective pile of documents, you realize that most of these are personal notes or journal entries. You pick a few and begin to read. Day 7. The voyage has gone quite smooth, and we begin our second week away from home. The spirits of the men are high as we anticipate the discovery of new lands that lie beyond our documented knowledge. It has been my dream to accomplish something world-changing. Together we move forward with full hearts and unbreakable spirits. This is definitely an old ship. ... Day 66 has been just over 2 months out at sea. We have yet to discover anything new. We have suffered through many storms, and sickness has plagued the ship recently. Several of my favorite crew have passed on to the next life. Maybe this is what brought the sickness? Yeah, sickness has plagued the ship, I don't know. I see the growing doubt in the eyes of my fellow laborers as our voyage continues day after day. Food rations have been cut in half, and fears that we may have to turn back. I dare not let myself think of failure. Those men who have lost their lives, their sacrifices to make this voyage possible, I cannot let them be in vain. Day 91 is come to roughly 3 months out here on the endless blue. With much pain, we have turned around. Yes, we are headed for home port. We have just enough food to make it back. I just hope we have a smooth journey back. The spirits of the crew are low and bitter due to our failure. I do not let myself get caught up in thinking of it. Truly, we did not intend for this to happen. Well then, how did they end up here? Leave, I guess. Seeing that there is little left to see, you take your leave. The wood underneath your feet clackle. Shouldn't that be clackles? Crackles? I don't know. As you exit the vessel. You make your way back to where the tunnel divides. To pass, which you may go. Which do you choose? Empty slot. Return. We go to the left, because that brings us back to the beginning. So now we have a knife, right? So can we knife the dog? Let's try going left and knifing the dog. I don't know which way. Go left and then right, I think it was. Yep. Yep. Got a bad feeling about this place. So we enter the middle door. There's a pooch. Pull out the knife and prepare for an attack. Good. Dog reacts and starts to growl at you. Oh. Well, that didn't work out, did it? Here was the last save. We go... Going right was to the ship, so we go left. Well, I don't know. Oh, maybe we can cut the tentacles of the monster. Maybe that's what we can do. Because he didn't seem as extremely powerful, so maybe we can just cut the tentacles of this thing. Let's try going left again. Yep. Tentacle it. Remember the knife you found and struggle to bring it out. With success, you hold the knife and begin to cut away the appendages that bind you. The room vibrates as you do cut, and the creature immediately leaves you alone. Whoops. It takes you a moment to catch your breath. You come to a divide. Which way do you go? Okay, let's save again. Good, that was what the knife was for. Go left. You continue your way into the darkness. You see... Oh my gosh. Okay. Go forward. Go... Oh my god. I clicked the wrong way. Go forwards. Go right. Yep, there we go. The path you walk comes to an end. I walk this lonely road. Before you shines a pillar of light. The light rests on a corpse that seems to have been down here for quite some time. Near the corpse stands a lone flower. For some reason, you feel hope enter your heart as you gaze upon the flower. There is something special about the scene, but you can't put your finger on it. Perhaps it is maybe best to leave in reverence for now. Are you kidding? What the heck? What? There's nowhere else to go. I can't leave. Going right takes me to the ship or brings me back here. So the only thing I can think of is going left again. Yeah, going left brings you back again, right? Going right. Maybe we can do something with a rope and the... Enter the right door. We can't go to the middle because we get killed. Going to the left literally just takes you back here. Which, continuing on, brings you back here. Let's make sure I didn't miss anything. Going left, and going left again here. Brings you back here, yeah. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. We can't do anything with that dead dude. Woman or lady. Going left brings us back here through the middle passage. Going left brings us back here through the... left, I'm in the right passage, and it does the same thing on left. There has to be something we can do with that dog. I have no idea. I'm just gonna save here. And check the supplies again. Huh. Going right, there's literally nothing to do. We couldn't take the flower for anything. Maybe now that we've filled with hope from seeing that flower, we can like fight off the pooch or something. I have no idea. There's literally no other way to go. Unless I'm missing something. Like there's no inventory, and there's only one object we have either way. Like I don't know what to do. Maybe we're just stuck down here for eternity, but there has to be some way to get out. We just die. Whoops. What the hell? Oh. Did we miss something up above that is now allowing us to not get out of here? There's nothing to do in the right door. There's nothing to do in the middle door. We just die. There's the left door. No, I didn't mean to do that. The left door. Enter the door behind you. When you say the door behind you, I thought it meant like we came through a door into the room, and the door behind you meant like going back. Oh my god. Okay. Well, I'm glad I chose that. You walk up the steps. You enter a large room. The air is polluted with dust, and spider web covers the wall and ceiling. Where should you go now? Go outside. We can go outside. The far door. Downstairs. Didn't we just come from downstairs? Or upstairs. Let's go upstairs. You discover what looks like a private library. There's a passageway before you with bookcases on the left and right. Let's browse the books. You take a moment to look at the books. Some of them catch your eye. A Forgotten Power, Rituals of the Ancients, or Deception by Music. Well, we haven't been deceived by music quite yet, have we? Let's try Forgotten Power. Flipping through the pages, there's one in particular that has ink markings all over it. Raw energy is a powerful substance not to be trifled with. It is merely myth that such energies exist. That's contradictory. If it's a powerful substance not to be trifled with, it can't not exist if it's powerful energy. And if it doesn't exist, then it's not a powerful energy because it's not even there. One does not simply stumble upon a pillar of godly power, even if such fate is yours. Bare hands cannot contain the force. It must be bent and channeled into a specially crafted vessel to carry it. There have been accounts across time of individuals possessing such a power. Although they pass away as sand, their relics of power remain as powerful artifacts that nations across the world would fight for. So then it's not a myth. Okay, Deception by Music. There is a bent page marking a section of the book. You turn to it. The art of charming is not necessarily limited to the instrument, but how the musician goes about playing a given instrument. Some are definitely easier to use than others, and for a skill such as this, there are a few instruments recommended. Oh, maybe for the hound we could charm him. We could charm the hound. This is a really long video. This is taking longer than I thought. So I think I'm going to save here. No, well, let's finish reading the books. How about that? The harp is one of those recommended instruments. From vicious dogs to shy unicorns, we've encountered both. The soothing voice of the harp can calm the troubled heart. Of course, not all creatures can fall for the simple trick, but it can mean the difference between life and death in some situations. So that's important there. You flip through until something grabs your attention. Pillars of stone. Oh, yep. We've seen those. Years before current times, there were unique religious practices that revolved around the Stonehenge. It is said that these stones are lined up in a special way and often organized in a circular pattern. Organizing the stones this way unlocks an ancient power researchers still have trouble understanding. In the middle of the circle would be a stone or two for the keystone to rest on. This is the great mystery of the ancient practice. From ancient records, it is written that the energies from the surrounding stones channel their power into the keystone. You stop reading because the next book of the page has been torn out. Leave. Move forward or go downstairs? Let's just move forward, I guess. You walk up more stairs, you pause and you notice a stone carving. Person that is praying that is attached to the wall. Okay, I'm going to save here. I gotta go for now because this has been a really long video. I didn't expect this game to be this long for being a free game. I expected it to be kind of short, but this has been quite a long video. So we're gonna save here, and I'll definitely continue this because it seems to be an interesting and like well-made game so far. I mean, a few like grammatical errors possibly, but beyond that, it's really good and I'm enjoying it. So yeah, I hope you are too. And if you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like or subscribe. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.